Hey everyone, I'm Varun, aspiring supply chain career. So today I want to talk to you about the inventory management system that I've developed on MS Access. So let's jump onto that. I will be opening MS Access. Let's go to MS Access. So here is the inventory management system that I've developed. So first, like in the MS Access is very useful software in terms of making relationships between the data sets and running a query, and by running the query you get the useful data. So when you go to the home tab on MS Access, you get the multiple options. You can change anything. If you want to change anything in the file, you can do that. But like what I have done is like I've developed the tables. So in the database tool, you get the options to make the relationships. In the create option, you get the option to create table and table design. So let's jump on to the tables that I've created. So first one is the customer table. So here you get the identifiers that you can use to identify a customer. So I have the customer reference, that means the customer ID. Here you see the customer reference. Second field would be the customer first name, then customer's last name, customer address. We use this parameters to identify a customer. Suppose customer placed an order on the website such as Amazon. So he fills all his information, the first name, last name, customer ID is automatically created by within the system. So you get the customer email ID, phone numbers, where he get the notification. Second, we have done is like all the parts of supply chain. You need customers, you need product, purchasers, sales orders, and suppliers. So the suppliers for the products and the sales order has been done by the customers, and you make the purchase order to the suppliers, then you make the final product and the customers buy the product. So we're gonna make out the relationship between all of them. So in the product table, what we do have like the part number, part name, part unit. Part number is the SKU that we have designed for that specific product. Part name is the product name that we have designed. Either it is a finished product, or it's a raw material, or it's a product that is in work in process. So we would calculate the three types of inventory in this. The first is on an inventory, what the inventory right now we have with the finished products or the raw materials. And the second is like the orders we have not fulfilled to the customer still now. So when we go to the product table, we get the part number, part name, part unit that I've mentioned, and what the supplier do they have for these particular products, and what is the minimum stock level we need to maintain, and what is the cost price that we do have. So I've done this project during my course, the postbaccalaureate at Kwantlen Polytechnic University in British Columbia. So here you get the location of the product availability. So we have the location like Surrey, BC. CA Surrey is a city in BC, and then Delta is also a city in BC. So you can go to the design view and just select, because these are the data types. So part number is a data type, supplier reference is a data type, minimum stock level is a data type. So minimum stock level is you get the number right. What is the minimum stock level? So for this first product, which is like electrolyte powder, we need like 10 as an inventory as the minimum stock level. If it is gone, if it is it will go like below this, so it will we need to order more. So we need to maintain the minimum stock level as far as possible. So what we can do is here we can go to the home tab for this table. We can go to the click on the view and click on the design view. So if you go on the design view, you get sort of what are the parameters that we have set for these data types. So part number is a text. So it can be A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. It can be A, B, C, D, 1, 2. Then again, you get the alphanumeric. It can be alphanumeric. So we have taken this as a data type as a short text. Part name is a text. So we have taken this as a, if you get a like alphanumeric or only alpha, you take short text, and in the third column you provide the description. What's that? What is the meaning of this? So part number is, I've mentioned like this is a unique SKU for this part, And part name is like what is the name of the product, raw material, internal name, what is the name that you have the number of people in your organization. So you identify these products as your internal names. So if you just check out like somebody call that particular product, particular raw material within your organization, what do they call? They might be calling Y with a simple name. So you need to use that simple name so that you won't be using the part number, that the SKU. So you would be using the simple name, that's the internal name for your part name. And the part unit, how do you measure that? You measure in that in numbers. So we mentioned that in the short text. Either might be you would be basing in the like kilograms. So that would be the short text. What is the supplier reference? Supplier reference, you get it from your supplier table. How you are identifying the supplier. So you are identifying that supplier with the supplier code that we are calling here it as supplier reference. Fifth one is the minimum stock level. What is the minimum stock level that we need to maintain? So minimum stock level is the stock level that we need to maintain. We need to order something. We need to order that product before going below to the minimum stock level. So as we do demand planning, we calculate our demand and we maintain our stock with that. So if we have more demand coming up, we need to order more and while maintaining the minimum stock level. What is the cost price? Cost price is the price that the price at which we buy the product. Sales price is the price that we sell it. If you see the data type, that's the currency. So cost price is always in dollars, or it might be in different currency if it is in different country. So in US and Canada, it would be in dollars. So we have mentioned the currency and we have mentioned the specification that this is the cost of the part, so the sales price of the part, and location. The location you can say like what is the location of this raw material right now? Where do you need it? So we mentioned that where it is located, and it would be short text because it contains numbers, it contains characters. So we mention as like short text. Part notes, what do you want to mention? Anything specific to this product? So you can mention in this here. So these are the metrics that we use in the product table generally. If it is a big software, it is a small software, these are the essential metrics that you need to put into your system to track product details. So I have mentioned about the customer details. I can go to the design view of this also. You can go to the design view from the home option. Here you get the view option. You can click on the design view. Either you can go like just on the top bottom right side, you get the design view option. Click on this. You directly get the design view screen. So in this screen, you get the customer reference. What is the customer code that you are able to identify a customer? So that's a unique customer identifier I've mentioned here. If you see this one. So this is the unique customer identifier I've mentioned as the customer first name. So you can create this table by yourself if it is a small business, if you want to track inventory in a small warehouse. So you can use this model and calculate your inventory on your system. So that's pretty easy. So you get the customer first name, customer's last name, customer's address, and customer's telephone number. Telephone number, why I've taken short text, why I've not taken numeric. So the reason is like you get the country codes. Suppose +1. So +1 is the country code. So plus is not a numeric number. So it's an operation. So when you use that operation, you need to use short text. So that the customer contact number for notification or any other detail. Customer email. So what is the email ID? That is also like numeric plus characters, alphanumeric. So I have taken short text. How can you create a table? So you directly go on create, click on table. When you create the table, just click on, if you can type the details here, but it's better to go on the design view. When you go on the design view, you make the table name. Suppose I would take like customers table global. So globally, I'm counting it for my location. I'm like for globally. That one was like particular. I'm counting it for particular location. So you can make out multiple customer tables and relate them. Might be you want to calculate your customers within your territory, and you have different territories, so you can calculate multiple tables. So this is the customers table, so you can like customer ID, so this you can change it here. See, you get the short tags, long tags, so I can use this short text. Then customer's address, so you can click here, you can click on short text, the next, then the customer phone number, customer contact. If it is better like if you don't use the space, because might be at some places you are using the space, then it will change automatically. So you can go to the short text. Next is you can put customer email ID, customer email. So that would be short text. So you can create the table, create this table, and when you create this table, you can click on right click, and you can go to the design view, open this table. You can rename this table, you can delete this table. So I don't want to use this table in this file. So you can delete this table. If you want to save this table, you can go here and save. So the whole file will be saved. So your table will also be saved. So right now I don't want to save this. I will just delete it, and we'll jump over to our next table. So I will delete this. Why it is open? So I need to close this first. I can click here. I can please close this, and then I will go here and delete. So the table was open. That's why I was not able to delete it. Now I can delete that. So next go to the purchaser table. Purchaser means the suppliers. We are the purchasers. We purchase from suppliers. So we have this supplier details over here. What are we buying? What are we buying? So that details is mentioned in this table. What are the purchase orders that we are making? So always you track your purchases from the purchase table. That is like the PO number. So this is like we have very put simple details for you to understand. So we have put the PO number as 1, 2, 3, 4 and PO date. So I mentioned you while creating the table, you can mention the PO date as a date format. So when you go here, design view, if you click OK, so PO date, this format is design. See, you get the date and time format. So this one is this view. So when you go here, you get the what you are ordering. So you have ordered this much for this part number and this quantity and from this supplier. So you have ordered this product which has the PO number as 1 and the PO quantity is 25. As you see, I'm highlighting it, and the supplier reference from which supplier you're buying this. So all the details are mentioned in this, and you just go over design view. What you have done in the design view, first you make the table, you don't put the details. First you create the table, then you go to the normal view, this view, and you can enter the detail over here. Suppose I want to make the fifth order, so I can mention the date. I can mention the date over here. So I'm making the order today. So you will automatically, this is a PO number, is a order number. So you'll automatically get 5. Then you mention the product. Then if you want to copy it, you can copy it. You can mention the unit number that you want to order, and you can mention the supplier. So I can close this now for the purchaser table. So we are not making any further orders and we are not putting any details. I don't want to mess up with this file. So I will delete this. I will delete this row. So I can delete this here. So these